Thank you, Prime Minister. Thank you for the very good words addressed to the Maldives as well. We now move to the next item of our agenda. May I now therefore invite the Secretary General of SAARC to deliver her statement.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Your Excellency Mr. Mohammed Nasheed, the President of the Republic of Maldives and Chairperson of the 17th SAARC Summit, Honorable Heads of States and Governments, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, representatives of observers to SAARC, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum and a very good afternoon to you all. I propose to begin by celebrating the richness of our cultures and our languages. So allow me, Mr. Chairman, to say a line of greeting in Divehi. Addoo Citee ga Kuria Ingamumida SAARC Summitang Emha Befulna Marhaba Danna Adi Arun Menge Addoo Citee Arun Menge Addoo Citee ni bayang shol mga fursat libigeng eka mi waraha sa ufalakam gay dannawa. It is an honor and a privilege to address the inaugural session of the 17th SAARC Summit taking place in this beautiful city. The SAARC Summit is considered a homecoming for South Asians as we come together to sit together to deliberate on our common future and destiny. I welcome you to this homecoming as a citizen of South Asia, as a citizen of Maldives, and also as a native of this beautiful city. Mr. Chairman, please accept my warm felicitations on your election as chair of our association. I'm confident that the SAARC process will greatly benefit from your Excellency's boundless energy and dynamism. Mr. Chairman, the South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation was founded on the firm conviction that South Asia shares a common future and destiny, shaped by our close historical, cultural, and geographical ties. It demonstrates our intent and determination to work together to promote the social and economic well-being of our people and to fulfill their hopes and aspirations. Since 1985, SAARC has facilitated regional cooperation in many areas. It has instituted cooperation at all levels, and member states continue to work together in a spirit of shared responsibility and partnership. While SAARC's journey may not yet be one of astounding achievements in terms of the tangibles, it has nonetheless paved the way for greater understanding, goodwill, and cooperation among member states. I am confident that this summit, being held under the theme of building bridges, will provide further impetus and momentum to building the many bridges that need to be built, from bridging the gaps created by uneven economic development and income distribution, bridging the gaps in recognizing and respecting the equality of men and women, the closing of space between intent and implementation, to the uniting of the many strands born of the singular. If I may, I would also like to note that a gesture in linking the space between these two stands have also taken place today. We should rejoice. Mr. Chairman, poverty alleviation is the overarching goal of our association. We must intensify our efforts to implement the SAARC plan of action on poverty alleviation and ensure that the remaining years of the SAARC decade on poverty alleviation bring about tangible improvements in the lives of the millions who still continue to be below the poverty line. At the same time, the mid-term review of the SAARC development goals should be completed without further delay. Addressing social issues is vital to alleviate the conditions of the most vulnerable and disadvantaged among us. We cannot succeed in realizing our full potential unless the social advancement of women, youth, and children is ensured. While we can take pride in the region's vibrant economic transformation in recent decades, this has not translated into corresponding progress on gender equality. In this context, the proposal for SAARC to consider establishing an independent commission on gender equality to identify policy gaps and to draw up a plan of action for implementation is a welcome development. The SAARC Secretariat is also sharpening its focus on work in this area. I am pleased to state that our efforts to bring the youth as well as academia of our region together is making progress. The South Asian University, which has begun its second academic session, is a manifestation of our resolve to forge a common South Asian identity and consciousness through academic engagement and interaction among students and faculty from the region. More recently, we have also spread our wings in the World Wide Web. We have launched our Facebook page to provide an interface to build greater links between SAARC and the people it aims to serve. Mr. Chairman, the agreement on South Asian Free Trade Area entered into force in January 2006. Since then, intra-SAARC trade has increased. However, as we all know, it remains far below the region's potential. The size of the sensitive lists, complex trade, customs, and immigration procedures, as well as inefficient transit arrangements continue to be major barriers to the region's intent to achieve economic integration. The Agreement on Trade in Services signed at the 16th Summit is an important milestone in our endeavor to deepen economic integration. I urge Member States to ensure its early ratification, including the timely completion of negotiations on the specific schedules of commitments. The draft SAARC agreement on the promotion and protection of investments has been pending for some years now. It needs to be finalized at the earliest in order to create an enabling investment climate in the region. Intra-regional connectivity remains central to facilitating the movement of people, goods, and services in the region. Without connectivity, our efforts to enhance trade, promote tourism, and facilitate people-to-people contact will not yield the desired results. We need to fast-track the implementation of the prioritized recommendations of the SAARC Regional Multimodal Transport Study. We also need to work concertedly towards the early finalization of the Regional Railways Agreement and the Motor Vehicles Agreement. The proposed Indian Ocean cargo and passenger ferry service is an exciting project before us. It would not only enhance connectivity, but would also serve as a visible, tangible reminder of the benefits of cooperation. I look forward to the early launching of the ferry service. The SAARC visa exemption scheme also needs to be reviewed to ensure that its objectives are being met. Mr. Chairman, agriculture and food security are priority areas of cooperation being pursued by SAARC, and the signing of the seed bank agreement tomorrow would be a noteworthy development to ensure the availability of quality inputs for the agricultural sector. We must address issues related to transboundary diseases and climate change which impact agricultural productivity, particularly for the small and marginal farmers. We also need to resolve the outstanding issues related to the SAARC food bank so that it can be fully operationalized at an early date. South Asia is on a high trajectory of economic growth, and the demand for energy is increasing rapidly. The pace of socio-economic development in South Asia can only be sustained if there is a reliable and predictable source of energy. A number of initiatives have been taken to strengthen cooperation in this area. Among others, the draft action plan on